welcome back to my channel, GlamBySam. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you've seen my last video, you know that I did a video on my top 5 makeup products for the drugstore. So products that are very affordable and I think are very good. So I really like doing that video, and that is why today I wanted to do sort of like the same video. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my top 5 high-end products. I do love high-end makeup products because they're just so luxurious, and a lot of times the quality is better than affordable brands. But since they are very pricey, I know you don't want to go out and buy like all of these expensive things that you don't need. So if you are curious about my top 5 high-end makeup products, then please keep on watching. So all of these products I'm going to be showing you I consider high-end. However, it's not like Gucci or Tom Ford. They are just products that are more expensive than the ones you find at the drugstore. So I'm going to start with number 5, which is my Nude Sticks All Over Face Bronze color, and this is a Nude Sticks in the shade Bondi Bay. And basically what this comes in like a little tin, and this is a like cream bronzer, but I use it as sort of like cream contour, but it's basically like a bronzing stick. So on one side you have the bronzer product that you can twist out, and then on the other side there's this little like brush for on the go. I don't really use the brush or something, I just find it much easier with my other brushes, but I do really like wearing this for like some extra like cream product. Sometimes it just gives a nicer effect than a powder bronzer, but this blends out super nice and it always looks very pretty. It is a bit more on the orangey side. I am very yellow as for my skin tone, so if you are more of like a pinky undertone, then I'm not sure if you will get away with this because it might be a little bit too warm, but for my skin tone it does work. I'm actually not wearing it today because it's pretty hot today and I don't really like wearing a lot of cream products when it's super hot, but I haven't had this for super long, but I've been really loving this and it never disappointed when I wore it. Then number 2, we have a product from Hourglass, and that is this one. It's a super tiny product because it's actually a travel size, but this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Dim Light. So this is a very pretty powder. As you can see, I've hit pan on this and I'm pretty much out of it, but I just don't want to get rid of it because it is so pretty. But basically what you use this for, it's like a powder, but it has a little bit of a glow to it. I usually mattify my face with like a mattifying powder or like a loose translucent powder, and then I apply this like on areas like under my eyes or like on my nose because it really blurs your skin. And also I really love to wear this on days where I'm actually not wearing like a lot of makeup. Some days I just don't want to wear foundation and stuff and I just want to wear like a powder and like a bronzer, and then I just use this powder because I really like the finish that it gives. This powder is very pricey. I believe the full size is more than 50 euros and this one is around 24 euros, so it's still pretty pricey, but this lasted me like half a year, so I do think it's worth it. So I'm very sorry for the changing in lighting, but it just got super dark outside. I think it's going to rain a lot, so I just got an extra studio light, but the lighting does look a little bit different, so I'm really sorry about that. But we are at product number 3, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I'm not sure if you can see because of the reflective packaging and the studio lights, but this is the new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. This recently came out, I believe in June or in May, and I decided to pick it up when there was like a 10% discount on the website. This is what it looks like. It's a massive bronzer. It's like the size of my hand, so it's really big, but it is very pretty. So I did an entire video on this. If you are interested in picking up this bronzer, then I highly recommend checking that out because I tell you more like what I think of it in terms of like application and stuff. But overall I do really think it's worth the money. It applies super nicely and smooth, and it just gives a very pretty result on the face. I did get this in a shade darker than I would normally get. I got this in a shade medium, and I normally probably would have gotten it in a shade light because I'm pretty pale, but I've heard a lot of people say that it did run a bit lighter, so that's why I went for the medium one, and I'm really glad that I did because I think this is the perfect color for me. So this really had to be in my top 5 because I think it's a gorgeous product. Number 2 would of course have to be an eyeshadow palette, and that is this one. So I also recently did a video on this. If you haven't seen that, I will also link it in the description box. But this is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. This palette has been out for almost a year, but I did just recently get this because it was on sale. This palette is pretty pricey. It is around 65 euros, but I did get this for less because it was on sale, of course. but the color story of this is just so gorgeous. That's what it looks like. It's super pretty. I love the pastel colors, but they are very pigmented, and there's just so much variety in the looks that you can do with this. And the colors just blend like a dream. They're so gorgeous, and I do really think that Huda Beauty eyeshadows are worth the money. So this had to be in my video as well. I really enjoy this palette, and I'm so glad I picked it up. And then product number one, my favorite high-end product at the moment is this, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is a super pretty product. I also did a video on this, so if you want to check that out, then you really should, because it is a super pretty product. So this is sort of like a primer, a highlighter, and sort of like a foundation in one. It doesn't really give a lot of coverage, but it just gives a little bit of color to the face, and also it gives a super pretty glow. So I really like wearing this under like foundations, especially foundations that are a bit more matte, because I do really like the dewy glowy finish, and this definitely does that. It does stay on for a long time, and I think it's such a gorgeous product. Okay guys, and this was it for my top 5 high-end makeup products video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, then I would absolutely love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my videos. All of these things would help me so much with my channel. So with that said, I have to thank you guys all so much for watching. I really hope you have an amazing day, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!